Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. I was a little late on that, sorry. Alright, so I was a little late on that intro there, but, this is Daily Dose of... Oh, the music cut out, crap. Sorry, I gotta get the music back here. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is Daily Dose of Dylan. Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, wherever you're listening, hello to you, and, alright, here we go. Got some more talk about the NFL, because like I said, free agency comes up quicker than normal. I think I have one topic for baseball, but I'm gonna have to check. But currently, the only thing I have for you is alright, here's what I got. Alright. So salary cap concerns are apparently gonna make the Browns likely to trade Odell Beckham Jr. And they should move off him, because he's getting a little brittle, and he's expensive, and they're not going to get much from him, because as other things I just stated, he's getting his expensive, his contract is expensive, he's injured a lot now, I think he's still a good receiver when healthy, but that's the problem with Julio Jones. Like, he's phenomenal when healthy. He might be the best receiver when healthy, but he's not healthy. That's what you gotta realize. That's why I took him out of my top 5. Because I think when I started this, my top 5 were Tyreek Hill 5, Julio 4, Stephon Diggs 3, Hopkins 2, Adams 1. I think I actually said Adams 2, Hopkins 1, but that's irrelevant right now. But, Odell is very good when healthy, but the problem is he's not healthy. And, when you look at Baker Mayfield's stats when throwing to Odell, 51% completion percentage and a 78 passer rating. That's not good. The problem here is that the Browns they care what people think of them. And that's because they've been a bad franchise for a while. When you're a successful franchise, you don't care what people think. Because when you're like the Yankees, you can always throw in the face, oh, do you have 27 World Series? That's what I love about being a Yankees fan. Does anyone else have 27 World Series? No. No one even has half of 27 World Series. The Browns are constantly wanting to prove people wrong. Like, they want to prove that stars can work there. But Odell... I'm sure stars can work there, but Odell is not one of those people. Because he's hurt a lot, he's brittle, he's expensive, and his value is going down. Your first year with Odell would have been a good time to trade him. I know you wouldn't have traded him because he had 1,000 yards and 100 receptions. But that's why you could have traded him, because they would have given up a lot for him. But you're not going to trade an 1,000-yard receiver who hasn't been injured that much at that point. So, like the Steelers and Packers are two of the most successful franchises ever, but they don't care what you think. The Browns, what they have to do, they have to stop caring, they have to move off of Odell. You have Stefanski, you have Mayfield, you have Nick Chubb, got Myles Garrett, you got a culture. OBJ is destroying that culture. Move off of him. Alright, let's get some music going here. Alright. And honestly, with the Browns, as I just mentioned, they got a lot of things going here. Myles Garrett. I think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year next year. They need some more defenders, but their offense is good. I mean, Landry, Mayfield's good with Landry. Nick Chubb's a top 5, top 7 running back. You know, and, you got Stefanski, top 5 coach. Mayfield, top 15, top 10 quarterback. So let's get some music going here. Alright. So, there's a report that the Broncos will pursue Deshaun Watson. I've mentioned that I don't like Drew Lock in the past. Because he's so, casual, very Jay Cutler. And they need to rebuild. And a 25-year-old Deshaun Watson is the perfect piece to rebuild around. They just need to drop Vic Fangio. Because he's not doing well. They should have gotten rid of him last year. And they have to hit the reset button here and switch up at quarterback. They had to switch it up. Lock's not the guy. He's not it. Alright, so Hopkins attempted to recruit J.J. Watt, saying, let's finish what we started. Apparently he's happy in Arizona, and he wants Watt to have the same thing. There are certain teams, when you look at it, there are certain teams that are a pass rusher away from making a jump. All of the Packers' rivals are being aggressive. The Packers have been the NFC Championship after NFC Championship. They're a pass rusher away from being a contender. Because, I say that we need a slot receiver, but Rodgers proved this year that he doesn't need a slot receiver. Because they were the number 1 offense. They don't need to change a thing there. A pass rusher is fine. You can have a whole lot, because I think Kevin King is going to leave. And Kevin King's not that bad of a corner. He just had a rough game against the Bucs. But he's probably going to leave, so we're going to need to sign another corner. But if we just get J.J. Watt, we won't have to worry that much about a corner. Because then we have a line of Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, who played very well at the end of the year, and J.J. Watt. That's a killer line. Right up there with the Bucs, who have JPP, Ndamukong Suh, and Vita Vea. So, they're a pass rusher away from just... Because they were the number 1 offense last year without a slot receiver. They're a pass rusher away from a Super Bowl team. And their conservative ways is getting a little outdated. They should pursue him. And if the Packers go to J.J. Watt and say, we like you, we want you, we need a pass rusher, we think you're good for this, then come on to Green Bay. Watt will say yes. Obviously playing with his brothers and all that would be amazing, but if the Packers get there, if the Packers go to him, he'll say yes. Trust me. So, the Nets overcame a 24-point deficit last night with 38 points from Harden. I like where the Suns are headed. I heard that, I didn't watch the game, but I heard that Booker struggled down the stretch. But that backcourt of Booker and Chris Paul, I think, can be pretty dangerous in the playoffs. And the Nets, I really don't know what to think of them. But this was like a normal game for them. 128, 124, that's where they're always going to be. So, I think, I think the Suns are a very good team for the future. I thought they would be the 8th seed this year. They're clearly doing better than that, but we'll see what happens. Alright. I'll stop the music here. I'll get back to the music in a bit. So, the Bears are pursuing Carson Wentz harder than the Colts, apparently. I've heard a report that if Wentz tells the Eagles, you know what, I don't want to be with the Bears, then they'll take what the Colts offer. So this is kind of a win-win for both teams. The Colts don't have to overhaul and give 3 first-rounders to get Wentz. And, obviously I think Wentz would do well there. And I think the Eagles are in a pretty good position, not terrible. They could be worse. but they are a bit of a mess right now. But it could be worse. But I think Wentz should take this message here. He's probably not listening to me, but I'm actually getting this from Colin Cowherd. So listen to the message Colin Cowherd's kind of sending you here. So tell the Bears or tell the Eagles I don't like the Bears, and force your way to the Colts, which is perfect. Jonathan Taylor, great O-line, great defense. Frank Reich, who you succeeded with. Perfect situation. Try going to the Colts. So there's another report that the Niners could cut Jimmy G this offseason instead of just trading him. I know he's missed 23 games, so I understand why they would consider this, but he's 24-8 as a starter and has a 90 passer rating, so he's good. He's a good quarterback. Great? I don't know. It's debatable, but he's a good quarterback. He's probably not great. He's a good quarterback. The problem here is there is a long line of quarterbacks who were talented but couldn't stay healthy. Tony Romo had an MVP season in 2014, remember that, but couldn't stay healthy. Sam Bradford had a good year with the Vikings, 20 touchdowns, 5 picks, 71% completion percentage. RG3 had 1 or 2 good years, and then the whole career went to hell. Andrew Luck was limited to 7 seasons because of injury issues. And then Washington, the Colts, Cowboys, and Vikings had to reset a quarterback. It was all messed up, The Colts were in a messed up. What did Washington do with their quarterbacks after RG3? I don't even remember. Who did they have? I don't remember who even. I know they wound up on Kirk Cousins. I don't know what they did before that, but they wound up on Kirk Cousins, and they were kind of a mess. And Kirk Cousins, they were lucky to get him because he was actually pretty good. They were kind of a mess after that with the quarterbacks. The Colts, I think they were messed up too. They had to go with Jacoby Brissett for a year because they didn't know what to do. And then I think they only took Phillip Rivers because they were like, we don't know what else to do. I mean, Tom Brady, he's looking for, more of a... Tom Brady's looking for a warm town. He wants to go to San Francisco, I mean, Tennessee Titans was a place, but he never went there. Niners was like his first option. The Bucs was an option. He was looking for a warm town, not Indianapolis. So they were like, all right, let's just sign Phillip Rivers. Like, what the hell? I mean, what do we do here? The Cowboys, they were fortunate enough to pick up Dak Prescott in the draft. That was a nice pick there. And then the Vikings, I don't know what they wound up picking up Kirk Cousins as well. So, I mean, some of these teams are getting fortunate, but you have to reset a quarterback. It's kind of a mess. So, that's what the Niners are trying to avoid here. They're trying to avoid that mess because they're a Super Bowl team. They were there last year when fully healthy. So, I mean, they're trying to avoid, missing another. They don't want Jimmy G to get injured another year and waste another year of talent. And eventually, probably, they're gonna, have to move off of him and trade him because he's just not doing well. And that's gonna take another year of developing because they gotta get another quarterback. So that's what the Niners are trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid that whole mess because they're so close. So they're trying to end it before it starts. I think that would be a great thing to do.